Kane Brown, Jelly Roll, host Keith Urban, and more. New Year's Eve live, Nashville's Big Bash, CBS New Year's Eve.
Colder air coming in for tonight into tomorrow. That'll lead to not only colder temperatures, but some snow showers will be around as well. I'll have complete details later tonight.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, the suspect accused of murdering the CEO of United Healthcare is facing new charges. Plus, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg announces new rules for aircrafts when it comes to mobilely impaired flyers. And 2 Delta County commissioners take part in their final board meeting before the replacements take over. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
Checking out the weather on Wednesday, some snow showers in the Marquette area through the day. Nothing super heavy, though we will have temperatures falling probably into the low 20s by the end of the day and a pretty good northwest wind. Accumulations roughly an inch, maybe a little bit more a few miles away from Marquette, with mostly cloudy skies by the evening. And temperatures throughout the area tomorrow probably holding in the mid to upper 20s and then slowly falling during the afternoon. Rest of the forecast later in the show. Kevin, back to you.
Tom, thank you very much. We begin with the new charges in the murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. A Manhattan grand jury has now indicted the 26-year-old suspect accused of shooting and killing Thompson on charges including first-degree murder. New York's district attorney says Luigi Mangione, quote, intended to cause shock and attention and intimidation. The suspect, now being held in Pennsylvania, may be moved to New York City to face the new felony charges as early as Thursday. Lilia Luciana has the details.
Luigi Mangione is facing 11 charges in New York tonight in connection with the murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson 2 weeks ago. Among them, first-degree murder in the furtherance of terrorism.
Could you describe just how rare it is for your office to charge with first-degree murder?
They are reserved for, the most abhorrent conduct, killing a police officer, serial killing, and the terrorism is one subsection of that.
Ricky Kleeman is a criminal defense attorney.
This charge of murder in the first degree under these circumstances as an act of terrorism is highly unusual. What you have is an action that is designed to coerce and intimidate the civilian population.
Mangione was arrested at a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania last Monday. Police there say he had a ghost gun that New York investigators claim matches shell casings found at the crime scene. Mangione is being represented by high-profile prosecutor turned defense attorney Karen Friedman Agnifilo. Before she was representing Mangione, Agnifilo discussed a potential defense strategy.
It looks to me like there might be a not guilty by reason of insanity defense that they're going to be thinking about, because the evidence is going to be so overwhelming that he did what he did.
Do you see insanity as a wise defense?
The only viable defense in this case is an insanity defense.
The district attorney also said that when the NYPD reached out to Mangione's mother regarding a missing persons report that she had filed with the San Francisco Police Department days before the shooting, that she didn't say she believed the person in the images of the person of interest was her son, but that it might be something she could see him doing.
One of President-elect Donald Trump's more controversial cabinet picks was on Capitol Hill today, courting support from senators. Christiane Benavides has more from West Palm Beach, where Trump is holding high-profile meetings of his own.
Really productive, really good.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr., President-elect Trump's controversial Health and Human Services pick, returned to Capitol Hill Tuesday to shore up support from senators.
My assumption is he wouldn't take the job unless he were in agreement with President Trump's policies and ready to implement them.
If confirmed, RFK Jr., a vaccine skeptic, would oversee the FDA and CDC. During an hour-long news conference at Mar-a-Lago Monday, Trump sought to calm nerves about that prospect.
I think he's going to be much less radical than you would think. I think he's got a very open mind, or I wouldn't have put him there.
This week, there's been renewed scrutiny on RFK Jr.'s attorney and a petition he filed in 2022 for the FDA to revoke approval of the polio vaccine. GOP Senator and polio survivor Mitch McConnell called any effort to undermine that vaccine dangerous.
Back here in Florida, CBS News has confirmed Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos is meeting with the president-elect, the latest in a string of tech and entertainment industry sit-downs before Trump takes office.
Tuesday's Mar-a-Lago meeting most recently follows a visit from the CEO of TikTok. The company just asked the Supreme Court to block a ban on the app, set to begin January 19th, one day before Trump's inauguration.
I have a warm spot in my heart for TikTok.
CBS has also confirmed Trump's team has filed a lawsuit against the Des Moines Register and pollster J. Ann Selzer, citing violations of the Iowa Consumer Fraud Act over a poll before the election showing Vice President Kamala Harris leading in the state, which did not materialize.
Amid all of his victories, Trump did experience a setback after a New York judge rejected an effort by Trump to toss a criminal conviction related to the so-called hush money case. Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg outlined a new government rule today aimed at making air travel easier for people with disabilities, especially those in wheelchairs. The new rule addresses damage to wheelchairs and mobility devices due to airline and airport mishandling. In 2023, there were more than 11,000 reported incidents of airlines mishandling wheelchairs or scooters.
Behind every one of those cases is someone left to deal with damage to a necessary, important device, one that allows them to move not just through the airport, but through their everyday lives. The rule makes it clear to airlines that all checked wheelchairs and other mobility devices must be returned to a passenger in the same condition as received, and that any damage sustained or delay in returning that equipment will be presumptively considered a violation of the Air Carrier Access Act.
Airline employees and contractors will now undergo annual training designed to safely assist passengers who have mobility disabilities. The Intertribal Council of Michigan is one of 5 organizations set to receive funding from the Environmental Protection Agency. The EPA has announced $87.9 million in community change grants going to Michigan communities. The Intertribal Council of Michigan is the recipient of 2 grants totaling $23 million to help with home repairs, energy-efficient upgrades, and sustainable agriculture practices. The council represents 12 different tribes across northern Michigan and will be able to update 300 tribal homes with the money.
Investments like this recognize that fact and help those communities to become more resilient and also to deploy clean energy solutions locally.
There's more about the grants and the projects on our website, WZMQ19.com. Tonight, 2 Delta County commissioners attended the final board meeting of their terms. Myra Crosdale joined the board in May, defeating former Commissioner Bob Barron in a recall. Her seat will go to Republican Christine Williams in the new year. Stephen View lost the Republican primary to former Commissioner Patrick Johnson. His term was filled with change, from the board's firing of a county administrator to an administrative crisis and 2 manager resignations at the airport. He says he's most proud of his service to the community.
I had to listen to my constituents, and I really followed through what they portrayed to me, tried to put it all together to represent the county as best as I could. My main focus every time I went to a meeting is to do what was good for the people and try not to hurt anybody.
Johnson and Williams will be sworn into office on Thursday. The sales season is winding down for a Christmas tree lot in Escanaba, and it's been a positive one. Sargent's Evergreen has been selling trees outside Elmer's County Market for about a decade. The business offers balsam, white and blue spruce, Canaan and Fraser fir, and Scotch and white pine, most of which are grown in Delta and Menominee counties. One salesman says numbers are a bit higher than last year, and he attributes that boost to growth in Christmas spirit among patrons.
It's like night and day. I mean, people are smiling and they're saying Merry Christmas. I see the difference. It's been hard on people, but it seems like people are a little more optimistic. They seem to be a little more cheerful.
Sargent's Evergreen will be open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. through Saturday. Last-minute shoppers can find trees after Saturday at North Bluff Grocery in Gladstone. Tom DeVecchio has your first warning weather forecast when we come back. And an Alabama woman is recovering after receiving a transplant using the heart of a pig. That and more after the break.
John's Auto has been voted the #1 dealer to buy pre-owned vehicle for longer than I've been alive. If you're looking for a vehicle, or if you're looking for someone to help with your current car, or if you need to get yours looking like new again, come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
If you're living with diabetes, this is the sound that could change your life.
Great news for people living with diabetes. Now you can wear a continuous glucose monitor and eliminate routine finger sticks. The days of repeated, painful finger sticks are over.
Just call 800-251-1397.
If you use insulin daily to manage your condition, a continuous glucose monitor could help you control your diabetes and reduce or eliminate those painful finger sticks. If you have Medicare or private insurance, US Med can deliver a CGM system right to your door. And if you qualify, there may be little or no cost to you. Shipping is free and will even bill your insurer directly. Call now to get your continuous glucose monitoring system so you can take control of your diabetes and get back to enjoying life.
Just call 800-251-1397. That's 800-251-1397.
Download the WZMQ 19 app or visit WZMQ19.com for the latest news and weather. Around the clock and on your schedule. 19 News is all about you.
Direct.
Don't you ever look up at the sky and roll your eyes. You hear me?
Yes.
Realistic.
I will maybe have a tendency to
spend too much and won't be able to pay your rent.
He holds the line.
I resent it, and I resent you for doing it.
Mathis Court is in session.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS.
Is your parents' car sounding funny? Do you hear any clunks, rattles, squeaks, or leaks? Tell them to call John's Auto Service Department for fast, friendly, and affordable service. Come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Now, WZMQ TV19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Tom DeVecchio.
Some light snow and flurries around 4 tonight and for the balance of tonight, particularly toward daybreak there. Temperatures are going to drop through the day tomorrow. That'll allow the lake effect machine to get going here. Nothing big time overall, but we'll keep the threat of snow showers, particularly into Thursday as the front goes by, and some leftover snow showers into the weekend. So make sure the kids have their winter wear on when they go to school tomorrow. Temperatures will be in the mid-20s, maybe a decent wind and perhaps some snowshoes, of course, if there is any accumulation of snow. Little light snow for the afternoons. Kids go home in the afternoon as kids come back home. Less chance of snow, but temperatures may be a touch colder than when they got picked up earlier. So here comes a northwest wind kicking into gear by Wednesday afternoon. Classic northwesterly flow. That means, the shores of Lake Superior and east of Marquette toward Sault Ste. Marie, getting some of those decent snow bands with the snow bands picked up here on Futurecast. Toward daybreak, it'll be pretty good from Lens all the way over toward the shores of Lake Superior. Marquette, you'll still get some here, and those bands will continue through the day on that northwesterly flow. Not particularly well organized, but some of you in the lake effect belts could get maybe about 3 inches here. Then warm front comes in. That's going to bring in a good chance of some more widespread snow as we head toward Thursday. Christmas tree safety here. 1 out of 4 fires are a result of the real tree being too close to a heat source. So make sure you keep trees at least 3 feet away from those heat sources. Water them daily. Check daily. That's probably the biggest thing you can do. Try and prevent fires here. Make sure you have smoke alarms and fire extinguishers nearby. Watch electrically. 1 out of 3 fires are caused by electrical problems. String no more than 3 strands. Turn the lights off when you go to bed, and don't overload those outlets. So lows for tonight, dropping mid to upper 20s, some light snow and flurries around, perhaps a coating to maybe an inch on the ground, and 1 to 3 inches tomorrow. Marquette probably closer to that 1/2 to 1 inch range. Temperatures in the mid to upper 20s. As we head toward Thursday, good chance for some snow, additional accumulations, several inches expected there. Friday, some flurries. Saturday, we get into the calendar winter, so we say hello to you. It'll come in cold, but not very snowy. Cold one on Sunday. As we head toward next week, Monday will warm up, and by Christmas Eve, we should be above freezing. As we mentioned yesterday, Christmas not looking really all that stormy or with a lot of snow, but as always, we will keep watch.
Appreciate it, Tom. An Alabama woman is off dialysis for the first time in 8 years after undergoing a pig kidney transplant. She's the 5th American to receive a gene-edited pig organ. Michael George has more on the latest animal-to-human transplant from New York.
I am overjoyed.
Tawana Looney is a medical marvel. She's currently the only person in the world living with a pig organ.
I'm blessed to have received this gift, a second chance at life.
The 53-year-old received a gene-edited pig kidney at NYU Langone Health last month during an experimental procedure known as xenotransplantation, led by Dr. Robert Montgomery.
The pig kidney is doing all of the things that a normal human kidney would do. So that in itself is big news. It's a bit uncharted territory, but so far we're off to a great start.
Looney donated one of her kidneys to her mother 25 years ago and then developed kidney failure years later from pregnancy complications. Finding a match was nearly impossible because unusually high levels of harmful antibodies in her blood would result in rejection. Dr. Jamie Locke is Looney's original doctor who did research and provided data to the FDA.
This really afforded her the opportunity to achieve the gift of life.
More than 100,000 people in the U.S. are on the transplant list, with most in need of a kidney.
I'm absolutely convinced that this is going to be a game changer for the people waiting for organs.
Looney was in the hospital for just 11 days. Since her discharge December 6th, she wears health trackers, monitoring her heart rate and blood pressure and other functions 24 hours a day.
I am full of energy, got an appetite I've never had in 8 years.
She returns to the hospital daily for evaluation and is expected to return home to Alabama in 3 months. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Tourism in Japan is breaking records this year. The number of Americans visiting the country has surged as well, drawn in part by a depressed currency that has increased the value of the U.S. dollar. Wendy Gillette has more on the uptick from Tokyo.
Lauren Shannon co-owns Arigato Travel, which leads tours throughout Japan, including itineraries highlighting its diverse cuisine.
Food tour is super important because it's the gateway into Japanese culture. You can see everything about Japanese history, customs, art, design, all in the cuisine.
It took Japan more than 2 years to reopen after the pandemic, much longer than most of the world. Now, Americans make up about half of Arigato's guests.
This year, we've been exceeding our projections by about 40%.
Tourism has exploded here in Japan this year. The government reports almost 18 million foreign visitors in the first half of 2024, breaking pre-pandemic records. With the end of the year in sight, the numbers keep climbing, showing over 30% growth compared to 2023. Bulgari Hotel Tokyo opened its doors last April as interest in seeing Japan surged. The property features a sprawling spa, skyscraper location affording expansive views from rooms and terraces, and plenty of touches befitting of the brand founded in Rome. Il Ristorante Nico Ramito serves Italian cuisine and was already awarded a Michelin star.
Japanese people, they love Italian food.
The peninsula, also in downtown Tokyo, offers views of the Imperial Palace Gardens, a Rolls-Royce fleet for transfers, and neighborhood experiences, including a local ramen favorite on the room service menu, and classes to create preserved flower boxes at a nearby shop.
More and more people see that there's great value on the experience because of the yen. Particularly if you're coming from the U.S. markets.
Americans are also increasingly visiting the city of Kyoto in western Japan. A boon for business at the Park Hyatt, one of the hotels where we stayed for a special rate.
For our hotel, North America is a very key market for us.
Guests enjoy stunning views from their perch above the city. More than 60 pieces of art, Japanese design, and a teppanyaki restaurant overlooking the famous Yasaka Pagoda. Visitors can explore the city from sipping sake to making Japanese candles, lighting the way to a new era in tourism for the country.
Government statistics show the most common length of stay in Japan is 4 to 6 days. Mike Ludlam has your basketball highlights after the break. He'll start with a close one between Forest Park and Nagani. We'll be right back.
At first, I use Better Than Bouillon for broth, and then stir fries, sauces, even marinades. And with all the varieties, organic, reduced sodium, and now the culinary collection, it's like the deliciousness never ends. Make everything better with Better Than Bouillon.
These hands cook for 30 people, 3 meals a day. I can't stop when I have dry hands. I trust O'Keeffe's.
It's America's #1 selling hand cream for guaranteed relief.
If it works for these hands, it'll work for yours.
Also available in O'Keeffe's for healthy feet.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
Keep your car running this winter with help from Menards. Splash Ultimate Windshield Wash Fluid is effective down to -35 degrees. It clears ice and salt for a clean, streak-free shine. Pick up a gallon for only $2.39. Get maximum protection with Menards Extended Life Antifreeze and Coolant. It guards against rust and corrosion and features extended life coolant technology for use in all automobiles, light-duty trucks, and motorcycles. Get a gallon for only $5.99 after rebate.
Warm season's greetings to you all from Menards.
It's Christmas time at Richardson Jewelers, downtown Marquette. The tree is up and the stockings are hung by the chimney with care. Come shop our timeless diamond stud earrings, gemstones of every color, and fashion jewelry that will capture her heart. Give the gift of love wrapped up with one of our signature gold boxes with the burgundy bow. Shop Richardson Jewelers, downtown Marquette.
At Richardson Jewelers.
She's fair.
Untrue, Your Honor.
What, you're going to have your turn.
She's inquisitive.
What in the world led to this young lady finding you in this compromising situation?
And firm.
The only thing that matters in this particular courtroom, sir, is how I see it.
Watch Equal Justice with Judge Ebony K. Williams.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS. Escanaba reporter Lily Simmons on WZMQ 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. We'll start with boys high school basketball and a couple schools that advanced far in the state football tournament. Forest Park won the 8-player Division II title, while Menominee reached the 11-player regional final in Division 7. Let's go to the Maroons gym. We will pick up the action in quarter number 3. Forest Park led 21-20, and it stayed that way for a couple minutes. Then Vic Giuliani passes to Dax Huki. He misses, but he will follow up and put it up and in. Forest Park up 23-20. Menominee's turn. Tanner Terkoff will find Dylan Beal in the corner, and Dylan quickly lines it up, fires and scores, and that triple tied the game at 23. Maroons made a few free throws. Trojans have something to say. Aiden Waldo to Isaiah Tarter, and that three from the far corner is good, knotted at 26. Maroons try again. Terkoff, Nathan Komp, Jacob Schultz. Yes, sir. 29-26, Maroon and White led 31-28 after 3 to the 4th. Vic Giuliani misses a three ball. Kevin Giuliani gets it to Tarter, to Dax Huki for 3. Trojans now in front 33-31. Down to the 3-minute mark, Tarter will find Kevin Giuliani for a bucket. Kevin went over the 1,000 point mark for his career. Forest Park gets the road victory 44-41 over Menominee. To the scores, Spencer Kramer with 27 for North Dickinson, 50-46 over Stevenson. Owen Keno had 20 for the Eagles. North Central, 6 better than Barker Harris, 55-49. Kingsford all over West Iron County, 75-33. Austin Gordon with 24 as Ewan Trout Creek turns back Bessemer, 43-33. Newberry, 21 better than Engadine, 55-34. It was Chassell over Hancock, 38-26. Did not hear from Mid-Peninsula and Big Bay Denock. Nagani over Manistee, 74-36. Brimley trims Rudyard, 70-57. Apparently, I wanted to get Newberry. There we go. 55-34 over Engadine. It was Pickford 64, Cedarville Detour 42. Cole By had 33 points, and Norway's win over Niagara 66-54. And Iron Mountain takes care of Ishpeming 70-41. Plus, Kyler Sager and Jacob McPhee combined for 44 in the Marquette win over Westwood 75-54. And Luke Hill and Terry Nolan combined for 43 as Houghton down to Calumet 74-49. Let's check on the girls. Go to Gladstone High School where the Braves were entertaining Marquette first quarter off the miss. Claire Mascart with the rebound out to Alexis Curran. She knocks down the triple, and the Sentinels are off to a good start. Braves come back quickly, though. Macy Hansen to Addie Blowers. The drive after the screen, the hoop, and the harm. And Gladstone was keeping it tight so far. Next, Eva Pankonian with the miss, but Lily Johnson will tap that one back in. She's off to a very good start this season. Claire Mascart will find Haley Taylor for the basket for the Sentinels. Marquette's Ben Smith emphasizes a point during a timeout, but he knows it's very difficult to slow down Lily Johnson. She uses a screen, gets that one to fall. That tied the game at 9. Gladstone pulled away from there to take this one 50-33. On the board here, North Dickinson, no trouble at all with Bessemer. Ava Gerard had 28 points for Houghton, defeating Iron Mountain 71-48. Macy Linzenbigler had 21 for the Mountaineers. Lakeland and Hubble 76-46 over Dollar Bay. Hancock cruises past Chassell. Grace Molly at 35, Mariska Laurel at 20, and Kearney Nato's victory over Rapid River 64-33. Big Bay did knock easily over Mid-Peninsula. It was Newberry 37, Superior Central 26. Sault Ste. Marie, no trouble at all with Sheboygan 61-18. Hannah Vaughn had 41 points, went over the 1,000 mark for her career, and Ironwood's 80-20 win over Mercer. Battle of Barriga County goes to Lance 68-50 over the Vikings. Negaunee drops Calumet 56-30, thanks in part to 30 points from Aubrey Johnson. And Escanaba downs Forest Park 76-55 despite 28 points from Elsie Williams. High school hockey. How about Escanaba and Manistee? It didn't take long for the Eskimos to get going in this one. Nolan Bink will go end to end and flip that one in. He had a hat trick and an assist in this contest. Also in period number 1, off the face-off, Carson Hughes with an even strength goal. That made it 3-0 Escanaba. They went on to win by the count of 9-1. Also in high school hockey, Jeffers stops Hancock's winning streak 6-2. Benton Ryla and Brogan Turner each had 3 goals for the Jets. And Houghton trips up Calumet by the score of 6-2. The Negaunee High School football program has had just 2 coaches since 1968, Dick Koski and Paul Jacobson. Jacobson announced his retirement after 25 seasons with the varsity and 8 more as an assistant coach. Jacobson reached the state playoffs in 21 of his 25 years of leading the varsity. He won a Division VI state title in 2002, finished second in 2022. He won 191 games. That was more than 70% of the games he coached, and he knows good people help.
Koski, Coach Benetti in high school. Coach Koski was a huge mentor. Learned a ton from him. Just about relating with people, not just football. I've been blessed with good people around me. We've had a good staff forever, whether it's Jeff and my brother that worked with me now, and Sam Gillis, Mark Marana. Dick did some time with us as well, and my JD crew we've had forever with Kevin Bell and Kyle Bell and Andy Skews and Andrew Macario. Kids haven't changed. We got good kids here in Negaunee, and we've been fortunate just to have a good run of good kids throughout the years.
Jacobson was inducted into the Michigan High School Football Coaches Association last summer. Elsewhere in coaching news, Roger Leduc from Kingsford has died at the age of 86. He coached golf and basketball there for many years. His funeral mass is Friday at the American Martyrs Catholic Church in Kingsford at 11 a.m. Central Time. Michigan State beats Oakland 77-58 in basketball. We'll be right back.
Jennifer Hudson Show. You do not want to miss this. We've got the cast of the series No Good Deed.
Mike Town.
I'm just gesturing. Plus, my favorite joyful moments so far this season.
This melted my entire heart.
Then, for you, the joy of gift giving.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, tomorrow at 5 on WZMQ TV CBS, followed by 19 News at 6.
The kids, they got Santa. My goal, gifts for adults. I give holiday instant games from the Michigan Lottery. No one regifts these babies. This year, gift something wonderful. Give them holiday instants from the Michigan Lottery.
Tonight. For kids, your dad, do the kids know that you're Elton John?
How could you not? I mean, when you wear a tiara for breakfast, of course they will.
All new CBS Tonight. Does cooking feel like a kitchen battle? You need Granite Stone Armor Max, the revolutionary cookware set with 4 durable layers of ultra non-stick. So slick, virtually nothing sticks. No oil or butter needed. You can get the Granite Stone Armor Max set for just 4 easy payments of $39.99. We'll include this razor-sharp knife set and deep steam and fry pan set, yours absolutely free. Plus, we'll ship your entire order free. Order now.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
Why should you consider re-siding your home? Your home is the largest investment you'll make. Protect it with new siding installed by the experts at the Window Store. We offer a range of affordable, high-quality siding options, including premium ABC seamless steel siding with attractive financing options available. And we install all winter long across the entire UP. Schedule your appointment today and enjoy the Window Store experience for yourself. Your clear choice is the Window Store.
Could be a coating to maybe an inch on the ground in some spots by later on tomorrow morning as some snow showers kick into gear. Snow accumulations, Marquette itself 1/2 to 1 inch, up to 3 inches more possible in the traditional snow belt areas on that classic northwest flow. Then as we head toward Thursday, we'll find even more snow, maybe a few more inches expected on a frontal system that'll be moving on through. Friday, the last full day of fall, we're looking at some flurries around winter rather comes in on Saturday. Looks cold, not a lot of snow though. Temperatures high, struggling to get to 20 here. But we do get a steady warm up. Still cold for Sunday, but notice by the time we hit Tuesday, which is Christmas Eve, by the way, we're looking at some warmer temperatures, probably above freezing. Should make for a fairly tranquil Christmas time. As always, we will keep watch. Kevin, back to you.
Tom, thanks again. Mike,
Bye,
any last minute?
There's still stuff. The NBA Cup Championship was played tonight. Believe it or not, the Milwaukee Bucks won it by the score of 97-81 over Oklahoma City. And in high school swimming today, the Houghton boys defeated Westwood 127-35. The Houghton girls victorious 114-62.
All right, thanks very much, Mike. And that's all we have for now. We'll see you tomorrow.
We are here around the clock in all weather. Your home away from home in medical crisis. We've seen it all, weddings through holidays. We don't have all the answers, but we're always present.